When it comes to motorcycle touring, Honda Canada knows a thing or two about traveling really long distances on two wheels. I mean, they pretty much forged the luxury touring category mold 40 years ago with the launch of their groundbreaking Goldwing. And as a result of their engineering development on the wing, Big Red also knows a thing or two about horizontally opposed engines. So when Honda transformed their 1500cc liquid-cooled opposed 6 touring machine into a power cruising package back in 1996, Honda fans went nuts, and the resulting Valkyrie became an instant cult classic. Fast forward some 17 years after launching the first Valkyrie, and Honda decided it was high time to roll out another head-turning, aggressively styled power cruiser based on their newest generation wing, using its steroidal 1832cc flat 6 power plant. So how does Honda's luxury tourer turn power cruiser formula work the second time around? Well, let's ask veteran rider and original Valkyrie owner, Dave Fox.
So Dave, you're a Valkyrie owner, you have an original Valkyrie, and I thought it would be so much fun to put you on the updated, new and improved, brand new Valkyrie. But you really do love your Valkyrie, don't you?
Well, I've said this before. There's my wife and my immediate family who I love, and then there's my Valkyrie. I've had it for 13 years. It's the first generation Valkyrie, 2001. A wonderful bike. I've ridden it so much, and every time I get on it, I enjoy it so much. I've ridden many bikes, different kinds of bike, different size bikes, different brands, partly thanks to you and your show. I still go back to my Valkyrie, and there are no regrets.
So let's talk about the engine, because this is certainly many generations away from your motor. What did you think of the engine?
Very smooth. It's obviously more cc's than mine. It's 1800 versus the 1500. Mine is 6 carbs. This is fuel injected, but you can tell there's more horsepower. Not a lot, but more. There's definitely, when you first accelerate or let the clutch out in first gear, you want to hold on until you get used to how quickly things start to get into gear there. You could virtually launch this bike despite the size of it, and you could leave your passenger lying on the highway if they weren't expecting the launch that you had caused.
I know the bike has plenty of cruising power, lots of torque. You've got to stop this bike too. What did you think of the brakes?
Well, this model has ABS, and so the roads were wet this morning, and we stopped a number of times. Lots of stopping power. So despite the weight, despite the size, despite the torque you've got and how quickly you might be moving, lots of stopping power there. There's no issue. You never felt like the bike was getting away on you.
How did you like the riding position in the saddle, the foot pegs, just the riding impression?
Again, comparing to the first generation, that's what I liked about mine, and I still like about it, and this one is the same. Your knees are bent, so you're like sitting in a chair almost. The seat's comfortable. It's wide, but it's comfortable. So the sitting position, your leg position is such that you could ride for quite a while and not feel like you're stretched out, reaching. The handlebars come back, as you can tell very easily just by looking at it. The handlebars come back enough that you're not reaching for the bars either. Yeah. It's comfortable, very comfortable that way.
Dave, let's talk about the instrumentation. You know, obviously with the larger wings, the Goldwing and the F6B, you get full instrumentation. In the terms of the Valkyrie, they've gone just with the pod. How did you like that?
I liked it very much, no matter what the lighting condition was, and we rode in rain today and we were standing here in the sunshine. The digital readout, as small as this might look, you can read it very well. It's positioned perfectly because when you're sitting in the seat and you're riding along, you don't have to lower your head. You can lower your eyes a bit, but you can very quickly determine your speed, you can determine your revs, you can determine the time, and the fuel and so on. Much safer than some bikes that have the gauge down in the tank or have it smaller or somewhere that's just configured differently. So it's very safe and very friendly.
You know, David, clearly this is a marquee motorcycle for Honda. The fit and finish to me is spot on. What did you think?
It's great, high quality. Today after riding in the rain, we cleaned the bike up a little bit, and you were commenting, or someone was commenting, on how with a dry rag I was able to bring the finish back
so quickly.
So there must be a good paint quality on there or a good wax or something, because with a dry rag I was able to get a lot of the road dirt off to make it look as good as it is right now. So excellent finish.
So Dave, clearly this is a muscle car, you know, it's a power cruiser. Who would this appeal to?
It'd have to be for an experienced rider, not a beginning rider, because you've got, well, you said it, you've got a lot of power here, a lot of weight here. It's just so much fun to ride. It would be for someone, I guess, who's probably been riding for a little while and who knows that they like a cruiser versus a sport bike, and they want something that's more like a hot rod.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Will this bike replace the Valkyrie that you have at home in the garage?
Well, not right now. We're going on a trip. Someday, yes.
Yeah, it could, maybe.
Maybe it could, you know.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd almost be tempted, this is a terrible thing to say and sounds selfish, but I might even keep the other Valkyrie because it's just so, I'm sentimental when it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
And then another one of these could sit beside it.
Big brother
Or sister.
or sister. Nice job, Dave.
Thanks.